Group members introduction.
Introduction.
Hi madam, my name is Kevin Trust. Today I want to present about the introduction of gig economics. This future is highly volatile and the nation of economics situation will normally have an impact on it. In this current economic permanent occupation is harder to get by understanding the gig economic is highly recommended. Gig economic is since a catalyst in addressing the issue of unemployment among Malaysia undergraduates. The gig economy is especially wide and incorporates specialists who are full-time free temporary worker for illustration experts to individuals who are moonlight driving a few hours a week in Uber and LFT. The second one is the four main connection. The four main connection to the gig economics are place, routine, purpose, and people. Connection to gig economics are routine in organization. Schedule are frequently related with security or boring bureaucracy. Third connection is gig economic are purpose for most individual in our think about striking out the process at the first include doing anything work would permit them discover a balance with the showcase.
Literature review journals.
The title of the journal is Gig Economy and the Future of Work, a Fiverr.com case study. The important thing that I received from Sarah Kressler is there is an alternative for freelancers who do not have the security of regular hours of or benefits. From Melskeri, we know economy is an economy of work, but our labor policy only offer benefit and protection of employers who work in traditional jobs. Kotler and Keller said that if technology advance or competition increase in those substitutes industries, price and profit are likely to fall. The last but not the least, in the journal, a world characterized by the gig economy does not sound like a better world, but a far worse one where distributed exploitation of workers is taken to a new extreme, and we all have suffered the consequences, said by Marx.
My lecture review part, I was doing the case of Hurst of Buxley 2011 argue that self-employed enjoy special non-pecuniary benefits in the form of being one's own boss, enjoying flexible hours, and so on. Author of the journal title is Nurshila Ahmad. Journal title and the type of journal is Mapping Gig Workers as the New Economic Post in Pandemic of COVID-19.
Hello everyone, I'm Macroeconomics. Today I'll be explaining about literature review on the title of the Geek Economy, which is written by Jamie Woodcock and Mark Graham. Quote 1. Nick Srinichek stated that they are characterized by providing the infrastructure to intermediate between different user groups, by showing syndication inclinations driven by network impacts, by utilizing cross-endowment to attract different client gatherings, and by having a planned center design that oversees the communication prospects. The second quote, which is Graham and Woodcock, emphasized that the common feature of all digital labor, the normal element of all advanced work stages, is that they offer devices to unite the stockpile of an interest for work. Last but not least, quote 3 by Kuhn focused on a familiar and even routine part of grievance. This author stated that exchanges in such enterprises as coal mining, city travel development, auto steel, metalworking, and longshoring. Thank you.
For literature review part, my journal will be Labor Practices in the Emerging Gig Economy in India, a case study of urban clap, which is written by Ruchika Chowdhury and Sona Mitra. First quote by WEF, the Future of Jobs Report 2016, states that a gig-based economy is dependent upon a strong technological architecture, and there is a growing realization that work is what people do and not where they do it. Therefore, businesses increasingly connected and engaged with freelancers and independent workers on short-term basis through digital platforms. Second quote, Hicks 2017, Graham and Woodcock 2017, Lipham 2016 says that gig workers are paid on the basis of completion of a certain number of tasks where work is rare. This kind of work can compromise on the regularity of income. People engaged in alternative work may have to piece together lots of different gigs in order to make an income. The third quote by D. Stefano 2015 says workers within the gig economy are generally designed as independent contract labor. With the platform acting of the contractor, this can lead to workers being free from several vicarious liabilities and obligations as they act as free agents of the market and exercise relative freedom of choice in decision pertaining to work, but also being excluded from benefits and protections from employees. The fourth quote by ILO 2018 says that gig workers face significant challenge in terms of regularity of wages and workers' condition. May platform-based workers make less than minimum wage in their jurisdictions? The fifth quote by D. Stefano 2015, Graham and Woodcock 2018 is the organization of work through digital platforms where workers seldom interact makes it difficult for platform workers to form association for collective bargaining. The sixth quote, Better Place 2019 says gig economy has evolved in a major way in urban India and it's providing employment to millions of migrant workers and has the potential of generating more employment in the future. The last quote by Wages 2019 employed on wages by an establishment to do any skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled, manual, operational, supervisional, managerial, administrative, technical or clerical work for hire or reward, while a worker is defined as any person employed in any industry to do any manual, unskilled, skilled, technical, operational, clerical or supervisory work for hire or reward.
Hi everyone, my name is Swashni Sangren. Today I'm going to discuss about the literature review. The question is employment in the gig economy. It's created by Bora Lai. Code number 1, Dobson. Most of the gig economy is very flexible. These flexibilities are found to be beneficial for both workers and companies. The second code, Emmer and Schellin. The workers under this employment relationship group have more obligation and less control than self-employed. However, minimal compared to employees. The code number 3 is Rogers. The absence of entitlement from work has resulted in several challenges, including unbalanced bargaining power between employers and employees.
Opinion.
Hi everyone, I'm Gayatri Sathesilan. I'm going to talk about how the gig economy reshaping career for the next generation and what are the pros and cons of the gig economy. Based on my own personal opinion, employees and independent contractors in the gig economy must decide whether they are employees or contractors. In that, employment categorization has been a subject of contention for some in the gig economy. It's debatable whether they are employees or independent contractors. It's uncertain if they are desire this status or whether it's being abused. There is a responsibility to lobby for more transferable benefits so that non-traditional workers can receive benefits comparable to regular workers. The capacity to plan and negotiate as a group OER 2017, if a service is not completed, Fiverr transfer liability to the freelance worker. Gig workers are increasingly leaving their personal health and wealth to their companies' operations due to the legal ramifications. Fiverr flourishes in a low barrier sector known as the gig economy. This distinguishes the company and adds to its high profitability and sales. Sellers who want services on Fiverr are charged a fee, which is a problem. A 20% commission fee is applied to every order. Those sites are typical use to those who want to generate money by changes such as hefty commission. Fiverr, on the other hand, has a negative impact on the sailors' wallets. Some jobs are more likely to have gigs than others because work that requires only one task, such as writing a business strategy, is more suitable to this type of labor. Furthermore, any occupation that employees might be required on a project by project basis has the potential to be a gig job. One of the advantages of the sharing economy is that it allows consumers to benefit from value, quality, and diversity without having to make a long-term commitment in hiring an employee or acquiring software to obtain the service required. It is a platform where gig economy digital technology service provides many established a professional brand identification and do business.
My opinion in gig economics in the pieces of current COVID-19 financial crisis has brought to light the negative aspect of gig economics, such as the lack of benefits and advantages that come with stable position. This research looked at the future of gig economic in Malaysia. The second point is purposely sampling was used to conduct a survey questionnaire among students and alumni of University Science, Islam Malaysia in August 2020. The finding indicates that the majority of them were participating in gig economic activities such as dropshipping, counter services, and food delivery at some time during MCO time. Due to the work flexibility and the decreased manufacturing costs, organizations are able to thrive workers' benefits from flexible workers' working hours, a high wage, and the ability to pick the sort of work they undertake. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Macroeconomics. Today I'm going to talk about based on topic which is my opinion on how the gig economy is reshaping careers for the next generation and what are the pros and cons of the gig economy. As I would like to think this article upholds that the computerized gig economy and the actual gig economy are two kinds of gig economies, with the previous including on the web work, swarm work or micro work, and the last option including work on request through applications. The expertise necessities for these kinds of occupation are unique. A strong innovation system is expected for a gig economy, and there is a developing acknowledgement that work is characterized by what people do instead of where they get it done. Accordingly, organizations are progressively utilizing advanced stages to contact and draw in with specialized and autonomous representatives on a momentary premise. Swarm works far off viewpoint as well as actual gig economies adaptable working hours and selection of occupations can empower individuals with restrictions like unfortunately portability, social obstacles and providing care obligations to enter the workforce. Notwithstanding, this upgraded adaptability and freedom comes to the detriment of occupation solidness. Gig laborers are remunerated in view of the quantity of occupations they complete. Where work is scant, this sort of work may risk pay consistency, Elective specialists might need to cobble together various gigs to earn enough to pay the bills. Besides, this adaptability might obstruct gig laborers from being named representatives, so denying them admittance to social assurance and advantages. The gig economy is usually alluded to as free professional provisional labor, with the stage working as the business. Laborers might be liberated from various vicarious obligations and commitments, yet they may likewise and be prohibited from managing gift advantages and insurances. Thank you. That's all from me.
Hello everyone, my name is Sashni Shankar and today I'm going to talk about how the gig economy is reshaping careers for the next generation and what are the pros and cons of the gig economy. There are numerous parts to worker power in my opinion. Gig economy employees, for starters, require visibility. They require the ability to see and converse with co-worker as well as physical location and digital network that facilitate the development of deeper cooperation. Small and nimble local unions, grouping of co-workers who refuse to name themselves union, large time domestic organization, international union, federation like UIN Global, or unions like the industrial workers of the world, all are the possibility for the partnership. What counts in that gig economy, employees discover method to bargain collectively and that they can develop the associational, symbolic and structural power necessary to collectively withdraw their label if necessary. Platforms use their digital connectivity to optimize their workforce and minimize disruption, but employees may utilize alternative connectivity to demand better working conditions. The growth of the gig economy may serve as a call to arms for unions and organizations to establish new solidarity and new ways to change the nature of work. Since the trade union movement has its root in attempting to eliminate workplace ills, the gig economy is a global phenomenon, and the daily lives of these workers often get lost in the shuffle. After all, with millions of stories to choose from, we can't possibly relate it to them all. When thinking about millions of workers, though, it's more than simply individual story or experience that are difficult to fathom. Workers' agency, whether collective or individual, faded into the background when they become numbers that may graph or plot. As a result, the gig economy run the danger of being prescribed as something done to employees rather than something they participate in, develop and contribute in many ways.
Based on the topic, my opinion is the benefit of this gig economy is incredibly flexible. Flexible has been provide to be helpful to both employees and business. Individuals also have the freedom and capacity to work anywhere at any time for a solid income, allowing them to pursue others' interests at the same time. Furthermore, my opinion based on the topic is job rival becomes severe, underestimated and unsustainable in some sectors, allowing people to work longer hours and lose flexibility. More, we may forecast the development rather than customer and service providers will not stifle growing interaction in all areas of business. People in this line of work must consider the worth and influence of their effort.
Conclusion.
Hi everyone, I'm Swashni Sangren. Today I'm going to talk about the conclusion. The gig economy within the US evaluate the approximately 34% of the workforce. It was in 2017. The word gig economy got to be prevalent at all the tallness of the monetary emergency of 2008 to 2009. Task-based labor has developed and gotten to be critical calculate within the economy. The four main connections to gig economy are place, routine, purpose, and people. Self-employed workers in the gig economy must seek after a distinctive kind of victory, one that comes from finding an adjustment between constancy and possibility, between reasonability, the guarantee of proceed work, and extensionist feeling show, bona fide, and living in one work. Workers benefit from flexible working hours, a high wage, and the ability to pick the sort of work they undertake. Some of them profit by receiving cash in advance rather than waiting until the end of the month. Workers appreciate the flexibility of working hours, a fair wage, and the ability to pick the sort of work they wanted to pursue rather than having to wait until the end of each month. Several of them choose to get cash upfront. Some jobs are more likely to have gigs than others because work that requires only one task, such as writing a business strategy, is more suitable for this type of labor. A growing recognition that employment is defined by what individuals do rather than where they do it. As a result, businesses are increasingly using digital platforms to contact and engage with freelancers and independent employees on a short-term basis. Alternative workers may have cobbled together several different gigs in order to make a living. The gig economy is commonly referred to as independent contract work, with the platform functioning as the employer. They require the ability to see the converse with co-workers as well as physical location and digital network that facilitate the development of the deeper cooperation. Platforms use their digital connectivity to atomize their workforce and minimize disruption, but employees may utilize alternative connectivity to demand better working conditions.
Thank you.